Hi everyone. Today let us see about the techniques of knowledge representation. The techniques of knowledge representation have mainly four ways of knowledge representing. The first one is logical representation. The second one is semantic network representation. The third one is frame representation. And the fourth one is production representation. First, let us see about the logical representation. Logical representation is a language in which it concerns the rules which deals with the propagations, and it does not have any representation. The logical representation means drawing a conclusion which is based on various conditions. This representation lays down some important communication rules. It consists of some defined syntax and semantics which supports the sound inference. Each sentence can be translated into logics using the syntax and semantics. First, let us see about the syntaxes. The syntaxes are the rules which deals how we can construct the legal sentence into logic. It also determines which symbol can be used in the knowledge representation. The second one is semantics. Semantics are the rules by which we can interrupt the sentences in the logic. This semantics can also involve assigning a meaning to each sentence. This logical representation can be mainly categorized into two logics. The first one is propositional logic, and the second one is predicate logic. The advantages of this logical representations are this logical representation can be used to do logical reasoning. This representation it is also based in the form of programming languages. There are also some disadvantages in this logical representation. It has some restrictions and also some challenging to work with. This has some technical issues that may sometimes it may be very natural, and sometimes it will also be very efficient. Second, let us see about the semantic network representation. This semantic network or alternative of predicate logics for knowledge representation. This semantic networks represent our knowledge in the form of graphical network. This network consists of nodes representing objects and which describes the relationship between these objects. The semantic networks can categorize the object in different forms and can also link these objects. The semantic networks are easy to understand and can be easily extended. This representation consists of two types of representations. It is a relationship, and the second one is kind of relationship. Let us see with an example which is called as statements. The first statement we can call it as Jerry is a cat, and the second one Jerry is a mammal, and it also represents to Jerry's owner is Priya, and that is represented by Jerry is in brown color, and all mammals are animals. Here we can see the representations in different types of knowledges. In the form of knowledge and arcs, each object is connected with another object with same relationship. We have some drawbacks in this semantic representation. The semantic representation takes more computerized time at runtime, as we need to travel to the complete this network tree to answer some questions. It is sometimes it might be possible in the worst case scenarios, and that after traveling the entire tree, we can find that the solution does not exist in this network. And the semantic networks tries to model the human memories to store the information, but in practical, it is not possible to build such a semantic network. These types of representations are inadequate as they do not have any equivalent quantifiers. And the semantic networks do not have any standard definitions for the link names. And these networks are not intelligent, and sometimes they are not dependent on the creator of the system. But this has some advantages. Like the semantic networks are actually natural representations of knowledge, and it can also convey the messages in the transparent manner. And this network is actually simple and easy to understand. Next, let us see about the frame representation. A frame is a record which is like a structure which consists of a collection of attributes and its values to describe an entity in the world. These frames are the artificial intelligence data structures which divides the knowledge into substructures by representing it based on the situation. It consists of a collection of slots and slot values. These slots may be of any type and size. The slots have names and values which are called as facts. And these facts are the various aspects of a slot is known as the facts. These facts have the features of frames which are enabled us to construct these frames. And these frames may be consist of any number of slots, and the slot may include any number of facts, and these facts can also have any number of values. A frame is also known as a slot filtered knowledge representation in artificial intelligence. These frames are derived from semantic networks, and later it is evolved into our model data classes and objects. A single frame is not much useful, but this frame system consists of a collection of frames which are connected. And in this frame, knowledge about an object or event can be stored together in the knowledge base. The frame is a type of technique which is widely used in various applications such as natural language processing and machine language. And the advantages of this frame representations are the frame knowledge it will represent by making the programming language very easy by grouping them into a related data. This frame representation is comparable and also flexible and used by many applications in artificial intelligence. It is very easy to add slots for new attributes and relations. It is easy to include default data and to search for missing values. This frame representation is easy to understand and utilize. This also has some disadvantages as the frame system will be used as a mechanic. It is not to be easily processed. And this mechanism cannot be smoothly proceeded by the frame representation. And this frame representation has much generalized approaches. And next, we will be seeing about the prediction rules. This prediction rule system consists of some condition and also some action, which is considered as pairs, and it also means as if condition, then action. So it has three main parts. The first one is the set of protection rule. The second one is working memory. And the third one is recognizing act cycle. In protection rule, it the agent checks for the condition, and if the condition exists, then the protection rule firms, and corresponding actions is carried out. And here the condition part of the rule determines which rule may be applied to a problem, and the action part carries out the associated problem solving steps. The complete process is called as recognizing act cycle. The working memory consists of describing the current state of the problem solving and the rules, which can be written in knowledge to the work of the memory. The knowledge match and may firm other rules. If there is a new situation that has been generated, then this multiple production rule will be firmed together. And this is called conflict set. And this situation, the agent needs to be selecting a rule from these sets, and it is called as conflict reflection. And we have some advantages, as the protection rule is expressed in the natural language, and this protection rule are highly modular, so we can easily remove and add or modify an individual rule. And the disadvantages of this protection rules are, this protection rule system does not exhibit any learning capabilities, and it does not store the result of the problem for this future use. And during this execution of the program, it may have any number of rules that can be used as an action. And here, this rule-based production system are inefficient. Thank you all for listening.